Welcome to another beautiful day on the west coast. Having a real run of it lately, about 3 weeks I think without a proper rainfall, or maybe that's just the Fridays when I'm doing the book test. When you live on the west coast you get used to the rain and you just make the most of the sunny days. But this week I've decided to do an adult book, not a children's book. And the decision came because I'm busy at the moment trying to organise myself to go into a market and to move ahead with the business and do new things. And I'm noticing a lot of fears are coming up. And for me, when I have fear, I usually start munching mentally on anything that's around, and also procrastinating. And that's the big thing I've been doing. Is I'm still being busy, but I'm not being productive. And I'm not doing the things that I maybe could be doing that would still move me forward. And so the book I'm going to do this week is called Fear the Fear, Feel the Fear, and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. And it's a fantastic book, and it was one that I read many years ago before I had the kids. And it completely changed my mindset from then on, that actually I was able to take control of my life, and it was all down to me how I dealt with things that happened and the choices. And that's a big part of what she talks about, is that your choices aren't wrong or right, they're just two different choices that lead you to different paths. And that fear is something that everyone feels, and I mean everyone. If you're growing, then you're going to keep encountering new things, and some of those new things are going to take you outside of your comfort zone, and then the fear hits in. And that's a good thing. You know, if you're feeling fear, that means that you're living a life in growth. If you're not feeling any fear in your life at all, either you're probably a robot, or you're just sitting really comfy in your world and not extending yourself or growing that much. And fear can show itself in so many different ways, and quite often we're good at rationalizing things. That's what our brain does, it rationalizes. And so quite often we feel fear and we don't put that name to it. So for me, quite often I'll do things and I'll find myself eating without knowing why, and then I think, oh, that's right, I've got this market coming up, I'm feeling a bit nervous about saying my things. But until I'd actually thought about it, it didn't register that I was feeling fearful of that new situation. There's so much in this book that I think the best thing I can do is just read you two parts. One that says what you can get out of this book, and the other one just the chapters, and then you get an idea. So, she's got in here, you will learn how it can be impossible to make a mistake or wrong decision. You will learn how to let go of negative programming. You will learn how it is impossible to be conned. You will learn how to say yes to all circumstances in your life. You will learn how to raise your level of self-esteem. You will learn how to become more assertive. You will learn how to connect to the powerhouse within. You will learn how to create more love, trust, and satisfaction. You will learn how to deal with resistance from significant others as you take more control of your life. You will learn how to experience more enjoyment. You will learn how to make your dreams become a reality. You will learn how to see yourself as having purpose and meaning. And for me, the most powerful one, I think, was she's got a section there about just checking that you're balanced in all areas of your life. And I realised that actually, I had all these dreams, but actually I was busy just in one area of my life. I actually wasn't starting to fulfill those dreams or move forward into those dreams because my life wasn't balanced. And so, I just wasn't putting the energy into things that I should have been. And also that the choice was mine, that ultimately it's me who has to decide. And she talks about there and the language that we use. So there's sort of a painful language of, I can't, to taking a more powerful language of, no, I won't. And just that simple change in language can sometimes mean the difference between you feeling empowered and you feeling sort of like you're beholden to someone or that you have to do something. So the chapters that she has got in this book are what are you afraid of and why? Can't you make it go away? From power to pain, and that's about the language. Whether you want it or not, it's yours, and that's taking that decision to own whatever's happening and make the most of it and actually do something with it. Pollyanna rides again, so that's looking at the positives in everything. When they don't want you to grow, and that's she talks about actually talking about when people come up against you and try and put you back down where you were. How to make a no-lose situation. How whole is your whole life? And that's the balance part. Just nod your head and say yes, choosing love and trust, filling the inner void, and there's plenty of time. And I really highly recommend this book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. She gives you practical steps that you can actually try. She is realistic, and she starts off saying that this whole thing came about because she was living in fear and putting herself down and really getting into depression. And she finally said, no, this is it. I'm going to make a change and face those fears and do it anyway. And it's all about, just recognising that yes, you are feeling that, and it's still safe to move forward. Everyone feels that. Even though they don't present it, everyone feels that. And so it's a really powerful book about making choices, about taking control of your life, and about becoming healthy through making those choices and changing your mindset and how you're thinking. And I think, when we're flexi learning as well, which I'm doing, there's a lot of fear comes up about what we're doing with our kids and what other people may think, and the whole thing combined. And a lot of it takes trust, and a lot of it is choosing to trust rather than choosing to live in fear. And so it's a great book to read, to keep on your shelf, or to continue to get out from the library, and to help you grow. So that's it from me. I'll see you next week with another book review. Until then, ka kite anō.